How to actually get rid of your belly fat. I've not done this once, twice, or even 3 times. I've done it 6 times. My first time was in 2017 when I went from 30% body fat to 12% body fat. And I was learning at this point. And every year after that, I refined my process and even got into single digit, became a men's physique champion. And I've been able to do this with thousands of my clients. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the 5 simple steps that you need to follow that will actually help you get rid of all your belly fat no matter what, according to the science. And it's very simple to follow. And this is perfectly depicted by this Ziploc bag. We have the eggs in here representing our 6-pack, and we have this water here that represents the fat tissue surrounding your 6-pack. And you need to follow these 5 simple steps to be able to get rid of your entire belly fat. Now, when you follow the first step that I'm going to show you shortly, and you watch this entire video till the end and see what 5 steps you need to follow, you will lose it all. You'll follow step 1 and you'll see that it will be able and will help you lose your belly fat. And you'll start seeing that you're seeing some slow progress, but as the weeks pass by, you'll get onto step 2 and the belly fat will come off even easier. And once you start implementing step 3, it will be an even faster process. And this is exactly where you want to get. And over time, you will finally see your 6-pack reveal itself as all the fat tissue has left your body through these 5 simple steps that I'm going to show you. And now, let's move into the most important, step number 1. And I'm also going to show you in step number 2 how you can accelerate this water, the fat tissue leaving your body quicker. And step number 1 is setting up the perfect caloric deficit. So for you to lose this 1 pound of fat per week, you need to be in a caloric deficit of 3,500 calories because that's equivalent to 1 pound of fat. Now daily, you take the 3,500 and divide that by 7 days in the week, and that's where you get the magic number of 500 calorie deficit a day. So my maintenance calories is 2,500. And the diet I've been eating every day is 2,000 calories. And as you see that water dripping, that is the fat leaving my body because I'm in that deficit each and every single day. So all the food I'm eating is 2,000 calories. And to be specific, it's 200 grams of carbs, 190 grams of protein, and 50 grams of fat. And I get that through 4 slices of toast, zucchini, pasta, and pumpkin. My source of protein is a steak, chicken breast. I'm also having the egg whites when I'm making my toast in the morning. And I have a pint of ice cream every day, and it's 310 calories. And I eat this every day. 80% of my foods come from whole foods, and I have foods that I enjoy to make the diet sustainable. But how do we verify if this diet is actually working? Let me show you. There's a little thing that I do each and every single day that will make sure, according to science, it's happening. Follow me. A behavior and a focus we want to have is tracking our weights daily. This is going to tell us if the caloric deficit is working or not. As you saw that water leaving the bag, the way you want to see if the fat is leaving your body is by tracking your weight on a day-to-day basis and just look at it as data. Research has also shown individuals who have a successful weight loss program and continue to weigh themselves tend to be more successful for a longer time after finishing the diet, because the weight scale will be able to alter your behavior. If you see your weight is going up consistently and you don't want that, you'll maybe think twice about grabbing that burger the next time in the right direction if your goal is weight loss. But we don't want to get dogmatic about the way we're tracking. We just want to look at it as data so you can get feedback with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. But let me show you exactly how you want to be tracking. Using a measuring tape is a fantastic way to be able to determine and get another data set point in terms of you're trending in the right direction. You want to track every 2 weeks. And for example, you could see that your waist size is decreasing every 2 weeks and your bicep size is increasing, and you may have gained a pound of muscle and lost a pound of fat and see no difference in the weight scale. And this way it can give you a peace of mind to see, hey, this is what's actually happening with your body. But let me show you how to track both of these data points in your book. We don't want to waste our time, and you want to make logical, unemotional decisions. What I want you to do is grab a sheet of paper just like this, and from day 1 to day 7, each and every single day, track your weight. And those are just individual data points, so don't get hung up on it. What's important is the weekly average. That's the most important. So you can compare weekly average from week 1 to week 2, week 2 to week 3, and so on. And if your weight is going down, you're trending in the right direction. And if it's not, then you're probably making a mistake. Another thing that could be happening is that you may be building muscle and losing fat at the same time. For example, if you're using a measuring tape and you see that your waist size is decreased by 1 inch, but your bicep has increased by half an inch, that is usually a positive indicator that you're losing fat and building muscle at the same time. Utilizing those two data points will tell you if you're trending in the right direction, and if you're not, then you need to go back to the kitchen and be able to change that so you can finally see results. If you're not seeing progress in the weight scale and in tracking, it means we need to go back to the drawing board and audit your diet. Now, as I mentioned, this is 2,000 calories. However, this is a common mistake. My clients will say, hey, Dr. Mike, I'm just eating a packet of cashew nuts. And if you remember, we want to be in a 500 daily caloric deficit. A packet of these cashew nuts has 500 calories. So if you eat that, it cancels all your hard work, no fat loss for you. Another common mistake is adding too much olive oil in your meals every day, and that is just fat that you're adding. So audit your entire diet. Now, let's say you're doing everything perfectly and you still didn't see results, then we need to establish a deeper caloric deficit. Hypothetically, each toast here is 100 calories. So decide, hey, I'm gonna go from 4 slices of toast to 3. And now you're going from 2,000 calories to 1,900. Follow the diet for the entire week, and if your weight is not still moving, then decrease it by another slice of toast. And now you're at 1,800 calories, and you say, hey, it's going in the right direction, then continue, don't make any changes. And that should allow you to be able to guarantee that you actually lose your belly fat. But let me show you how to speed up this process.
Ted, you can lose fat through the diet alone. However, it is near impossible to build muscle without resistance training. Every rep that I do is causing micro tears in that particular muscle fiber, and the nutrition in the diet and eating enough protein allows your body to lay a new layer over those tears and consequently over time build muscle. You don't want to be able to lose the weight and have that skinny fat look. So to be able to have that strong athletic look, you need to also focus on adding muscle tissue. And another way to think about it, imagine you have chest fat. And if you grow the size of your chest, adding these layers, you can spread the fat tissue over a larger surface area, and it will give you a better look even when you do get to a little bit higher body fat percentages. So I highly recommend you resistance train. It's fantastic for your metabolism because muscle is actually active tissue, and it gives you a more confident look, and it allows you to maintain a look over a larger body fat percentage. But let's move on into the next step, step number 4, which is incredibly important.
What is the best cardio to actually lose your belly fat? And I use this logic with my clients, and this is what transforms their body. So once you find out what the best cardio is, it is going to change the entire game for you. So the logic is, what is the cardio that you can do 365 days in a year, every day for the rest of your life? Is that running, boxing, walking, playing basketball? And the answer is walking. You can walk every day. You've been doing it since you were a toddler. So if you get 10,000 steps a day, the science shows that you burn roughly 250 calories. In a week, that's 1,750 calories. In 2 weeks, that's 3,500. And 3,500 calories is equal to 1 pound of fat. So every month, you will be able to burn an extra 2 pounds of fat just by walking 10,000 steps a day. And in a year, if you walk every day, you will burn 24 pounds extra of fat by just walking every day. And this is the exact logic I use with my clients. And we shed the fat really quickly because it's something they can do consistently. It's not tough on their body like running or boxing, and they don't need that much recovery. And even so, it's actually easier to get 12,000, 13,000, and even 15,000 steps to accelerate that fat loss. So the actual best cardio to do, and the cardio that has worked for me the most, is walking. So set your goal of 10,000 daily steps, and obviously keep the diet intact, but keep on increasing that over time, and you'll be able to see that you'll transform your physique. Look at my client Nicholas. We did a challenge of walking, and he lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks, and he saw his abs. And these are the things that I do for my clients. So if you want to be able to work with me, you want me to build your cardio routine, your nutrition, your training, you want me to take all the thinking out of it, and you just need to follow my instructions, I highly recommend you apply for coaching. Go into the description of this video and fill out the short application, and you'll be able to book a call with me, and we'll come up with a strategy. People I work with are busy professionals who are done with excuses, and they're ready to finally see their six-pack once in their life. And if that's you, don't waste any more time. Fill out the application, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side. But let's move on into the next tip. If you're actually trying to get rid of your belly fat, the number one most underrated thing you can do is sleep more. Hear me out. In 2017, when I first went from 30% to 12%, I was doing 2 hours of cardio, and I got as low as 1,500 calories, and it sucked. And in the following year, I went from 6 hours of sleep to 8, and I was able to diet on roughly 2,500 calories, and I was only doing 30 minutes of cardio. And the way you should look at sleep is the oil in your engine. With so much oil in your engine, your car will function better and it's less likely to break down at all, and it'll make your fat loss 2 times easier. So what you should do, if you have an alarm to wake up, have an alarm to go to bed. Mine is at 9 p.m. When the alarm goes off, I stop all work, I stop looking at screens, and I put my phone in another room so I avoid dopamine hits, and so I'm avoiding the blue light into my eyes. Something that I'll also take is melatonin. Melatonin, 5 milligrams pre-bed, and this will induce sleepiness. This is not addictive, this is over the counter, and I just use that to be able to get into sleep, and maybe reading a book will help you. And I do this with so many of my clients. I've had clients drop 10 to 20 pounds alone from just getting them from 6 hours to 7 hours and then to 8 hours. And I highly recommend working on your overall sleep hygiene. But sleep is the most underrated thing you can do if there's one thing you take away from this video. But let me catch you in the end to give you the final tip. I promise you, if you follow those tips, you will actually be able to lose your belly fat. It isn't gonna be overnight, but following those habits and creating those systems for you consistently is exactly what you're gonna need to finally be able to get rid of all of your belly fat. I've been doing this for nearly a decade, and it's more so the people who take action on the words that I've just shared with you that will be able to finally see success. And if you feel like you want someone to take away all the thought process and you want an easy path to be able to get rid of your belly fat, you can apply for coaching utilizing the link in the description. You'll fill out a short questionnaire and you'll be able to book a call with me so we can figure out a plan for you to be able to lose your belly fat. But with that being said, if you have any questions for me, ask me in the comment section down below with anything, and I'm there for you in the comments. Leave the video with a gentle thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.